When they were turned back on, Tommy was in tears, as were several of the other kids. Tommy's dad laughed. "Those were some funny clowns, huh?" But Tommy was inconsolable. "What's going on with him?" his dad asked, surprised at the sudden change. Tommy's mother held her son close. "What's wrong, buddy? Did it scare you when the lights went out? It was just part of the act, buddy. The show is over now and we have to go home." "Scary, Mommy," he said between heavy sobs. "Scary clown." Tommy's dad sighed and got up from his seat. They started to file out of the tent, following the other spectators. Several of the young children were crying like Tommy. "Are we back to that again?" Tommy's dad said. "He probably got scared when the lights went out," his mother said. "They really shouldn't end the show like that. It scares the kids, especially the young ones." "Didn't you think the clowns were funny? You were laughing most of the time, remember?" His dad tried once again, but Tommy wouldn't stop crying. Tommy's mother grabbed him and carried him, squirming and screaming, the rest of the way to the car. "Mommy, clown," Tommy said, sobbing as she strapped him into the seat. "Big teeth, big scary teeth." Not knowing what her kid was talking about, Tommy's mother shook her head and closed the car door. She was worried that her husband might be right. Were the teachers at the preschool filling them with fear? She had thought they went a little overboard with the whole stranger danger thing that Tommy would yell at her for days afterward. Would it be better to homeschool him? She wasn't sure she would be up for the task. She felt her neck. It was sore for some reason. She shook the thought, then got into the car, where Tommy's dad had turned on the engine, while Tommy was still crying from the back seat. "Guess he just wasn't old enough for this," she said apologetically to her husband, whom she could tell was disappointed. He had been looking forward to taking his son to the circus for weeks. He used to love going with his dad when he was a child himself, and he wanted his son to experience the same joy. As they drove off, Tommy's mother spotted what looked like 2 bite marks on her husband's neck, but for some reason, she didn't think it was important, just like she didn't find it important that 2 hours had passed, which she had no memories. Chapter 2. The signs announcing Circus Fantastico's upcoming arrival were on every lamppost as I drove through town on Monday morning. I was behind the wheel in Adrian's car that my mother had let me take since he was done with school now, and I needed it more than he did. School was out for the summer, and this was the day I began my internship at News 13, the local TV station. Duncan's family owned the station, so they were the reason I got the internship, but that didn't make me less excited about this new adventure. I was supposed to be there for 4 weeks, and since my dream was one day to become a reporter, this was a great shot for me. Plus, I got to get out of the house every freaking day. No more controlling mom looking over my shoulder constantly. No more annoying cousins, at least for 8 hours during the day. It was heaven. Jayden wasn't very happy with me going. I mean, he was happy for me because it was a great opportunity, but he wasn't very pleased with the fact that Duncan would be hanging out there as well. I didn't really need him there, but my mother had told him to keep an eye on me. I guess I should feel offended that she didn't think I could take care of myself, but I was too thrilled to get away from her even to care. I parked outside the big building with all the satellite dishes on top of it, then stepped out and took in a deep breath. 3 vans with the TV station's logo on the sides and dishes on the roofs were parked next to me. I couldn't believe I was actually going to be working here. This was a dream come true. "Sprinkles!" Duncan spotted me as I walked into the newsroom. I had received a badge at the reception desk with my name on it and placed it around my neck. I cringed when Duncan called me that name. This wasn't a place for nicknames. I was trying to look professional. Duncan was standing by the coffee maker, chatting with someone when he waved at me. I approached him. He smiled. I liked the way he looked at me when he was ready to eat me up. "There is someone I want you to meet," he said. "This is Olivia. She's the editor-in-chief around here. She's the one you'll be reporting to." I reached out my hand. "Nice to meet you." She shook it, then looked at me over her glasses. "All right, Robyn. What have you got for me?" "What do you mean?" "Stories. No one comes to this room without stories. That's rule number 1 around here. You always have a story for me. At least one well-reasoned."